In the last couple of days, I've gone through turmoil because somebody lied to me. And the lying had to do with something very important to me. The subject was very important, but the lying is what really got me going. And I tiptoed on the edge of causing quite a little ruckus with people who were dear to me. And this morning, I rescued myself from that narrow ledge by just dropping it and, you might say, forgiving the person that I was having a conflict with. And it really feels good. I'm glad I did that. My dad wasn't able to do that about somebody that lied to him in a very important to him situation. And he just couldn't let it go. And eventually it hurt him terribly because he alienated the people in the little church he was going to in Hood River, and they signed a political ad and put it in the newspaper saying that he was a difficult person and not a kind person, and he lost his job at age 65 with no pension. So I didn't want to repeat my father's folly, and I struggled and struggled with it, and this morning I just overcame it and hugged the person I was upset with, and it's over. It hasn't, I'm not forgetting about what upset me, but I'm not looking to tell somebody I'm mad at them anymore. So, Jonathan Franzen, wrote a book called The Corrections, and in the heart of that book, the protagonist, who was determined not to repeat his father's folly, which was holding his emotions in, being very angry, not sharing his feelings, and not working through his anger. Well, in the middle of his life, the protagonist discovered that he had fallen into that same ditch. And the name Corrections wasn't about criminal justice. It was about correcting what your father had screwed up with, and then overcorrecting. It's like you're steering your car to keep it from going into the ditch on the left, and you oversteer it, and it bounces off the railing, and you bounce into the ditch on the other side of the street. So I've been determined at various times in my life to walk away from behaving like my dad did. I've thought a lot about why did my dad get so mad about people lying, and I'm not sure I have the answer. One of the thoughts I've had is that he grew up, was born in a log house with people who'd homesteaded there, and they depended on each other to do things like coming and helping put the roof up on the barn, or a variety of things. And if somebody said they'd come and do that, help you, and then they didn't show up, this could cause some pretty dire consequences. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I'd love to be able to go back and ask my grandmother, who had a great deal of influence over my father, how it came to be such a big deal. I've told the story, I think, about my dad catching me lying and making me go stand behind the fence, watching the family eat with me standing out in the snow for lying, and that seared me. And I think that is part of what has made me a truth teller, to the point of self-injury. Um, but I'm not sad about that. I can accept that. In fact, I'm probably kind of proud.